Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, as I'm getting ready. Welcome to another Daily 5 live. I'll be doing King's Crown today, and I'm very excited because I think I found my footing with the style that I wanted to go with these illustrations. I did one yesterday that I'm very happy with. It's this one. If you guys haven't saw it yet on social, that was the King of Club, and today the prompt is Crown's King, and I'm going to take that opportunity to do a King of Heart. And I'm really excited about this. I really think I'm going to make a physical product out of this theme. I want to do a deck of cards. I think it'd be super awesome to have a deck of cards. I also get super inspired. I said that last week. I got super inspired by 1000 on YouTube. He did a deck of card a while ago, and I think I want to try it myself. But when it concerns today's live, if you are with me, let me know if you hear me well, see me well, all that jazz, so that we can start. I'll be sharing my process with you as I paint. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm keeping my eyes on both the chat on Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, if you have any question, let me know. Let me move that here so I can see that. Also, if you are on Instagram, if you want the brushes, I set an automation. You just have to put D5, the letter D, and then the number 5 in the chat, and you'll get a link automatically to get the brushes. But yeah, also let me know if you're participating with me. It's always fun to know that you are painting either the prompt of the day or your own personal projects. So yeah, I'm going to just start rendering. I already started a little bit because I wanted to have visuals for the live, but I haven't painted more than this. What I did with the first one was to start by kind of adding all these different colors to make sure that the skin tone would be nice and vibrant. So I might do that and add a few more things. I also have like different references here that are very nice that I could get inspired from. So yeah, let's jump right in. Also, I haven't warmed up today, so bear with me as I pick up the pace slowly. I'm gonna render the face first, and probably after that finish the round. This one's gonna be like a little bit longer, I think. I might not finish it on the call because now that I know the style that I want to go with, I'll probably want to push the details and everything. So yeah. Making sure that I have all these different colors for the eyes and stuff. Goes towards the pink. Hopefully I put that on separate layer, yeah. That's good. I'm just gonna take it off for now. added later. And while I do this, I can also let you all know that if you're on the newsletter list, you already know it, but I'm preparing a bundle of classes for the Black Friday with an 80% off. This is going to be a sale that's going to happen only for a few days. If you don't want to miss it, I'll be announcing it on the 24th, I believe. You'll be able to get the bundle and have some of my best classes for character building, portraiture included. So if you are like me and you like a good deal during the Black Friday, that's coming up soon. Probably going to get more inspired by other portrait. Kind of pushing the colors. It's always important for me to know the color palette of the portrait before I start adding too much details. So I'm trying to do that here. Not going overboard. With the details. Can someone do the same in Illustrator, Danielle? No, for the only reason that Illustrator is a vector-based software. And so vectors don't give you the possibility to create the same way. Like the brushstroke wouldn't be the same way. So that's the only reason why you wouldn't be able to do this in Illustrator. You could do something similar, I guess, but not exactly. And Pumpkin Lovin', is the character bundle different from what's in the DPA? No, it's exactly the classes of the DPA. The only difference is you keep lifetime access when you buy one of those bundles. So if you had already visited a DPA, or if you're a member and you would like to own the classes instead of doing the membership, it's kind of another format. That being said, there is the 1 week character classes that we did as during the challenge this year. They are included in it, and now that they've been removed from YouTube, this is the only way for you to access them. It's 5 classes teaching you how to build your own characters. And I added to the bundle gesture drawings, figure drawings, the facial anatomy, hair, skin tone, and facial expressions to really help you to just create even more in details your characters. And you get the whole bundle at 80% off for just a few days. I want to say good morning to Avalav from India. Good morning, good morning. I feel like there's less people from the US since the time zone change. I guess it's a bit late for some people. I think I'm going to start committing on top of the lines soonish. I might just add some more. Do I have the crown somewhere? Probably, right? I'm going to add some more volume to the crown. I want to say hi to Steampunk, Rebecca on YouTube. Thanks for joining. So yeah, let's keep pushing this. Oh, sorry for Instagram people. Sometimes I'm out of frame. All right, adding just a little bit more to that. And all right, I think we're ready to commit on top of our lines. We'll do the skull later. Lee, sorry you came in a little late. Could you repeat that bundle you were referring to? Yeah. So the Black Fairy bundle, I'm going to release it on the 24th. It's a few of the classes from the DPA bundle together, plus the now exclusive access to the 1 week character classes and step-by-step process. So if you participate into the character challenge a few months ago this year, I created a class for it. It used to be on YouTube, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it there. But now I removed it from YouTube, and you can get lifetime access to it by purchasing the bundle. And in the bundle, you have not only that, but a few more. Sorry, I'm out of frame again. A few more classes from the DPA, such as the gesture drawing, the figure drawing, the facial expressions, all of that great stuff. If you are on my social media or in my newsletter, I'll be sending a reminder for it real soon. So no stress there. You won't miss the deal. The deal will last a few days though, so until Black Friday, actually, until the 28th. Let me know if you have more questions. I want to say hi to BVS90. Thanks for joining me live. And Mark the Mark Art. Mark the Mark Art. That's a cool name. Thanks for joining live. So yeah. And while I'm trying to add some more detail to this portrait, I am hoping that you are also taking advantages, sitting in front of your computer, painting with me, no matter what time it is for you. Hi, Nazrin. Thank you for being live, says Mark. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for being live yourself. You know, doing these is super fun for me, especially when there's people with me. So don't be shy. Let's give it a chit chat. Yeah. I've been very liking like the way I've been like just pushing my illustration into a more, how would you call it, a more sketchy style. I feel like I'm a little bit too sketchy for what I'm trying to do, but I think it's a transition. Danielle, what is your advice for someone who wants to start doing graphic arts with the objective to be doing cartoon in the futures? Take classes. That's the best advice I can give you. You know, a lot of artists online give a lot of free tips, and those free tips are great. But I think the thing that people usually overlook is structure of a class helps a lot to assimilate the content. And those free tips here and there, they help. But if you want to see true growth, and if you have an objective such as what you just said, like you want to create cartoons or whatever is your objective really. If you want to reach it into like not too much time, wasting back and forth and trial and error, you'll need to have something more structured. So go find a class that you like, and if you don't know which one you want to start with, you can definitely check the DPA. There's plenty of classes in there to get you started. Link for the DPA in bios most of the time, and if you're on YouTube, then it's in the description. Rebecca, you say I'm part of DPA. Are all the prompts for this year available? Thinking of going back through them and going extra during the holiday. I don't put the prompt illustrations in the DPA. It'd be just, I think, too much material in there. And again, I think these are better served as social media. But if you go on my Instagram, I post the process of each of them. But if you're in a DPA, what I would suggest for you to do is to go through the Portfolio Builder program. The Portfolio Builder program will also help you towards painting projects one by one. And I think I'll be like adding, hey Shrumbit, hi. I'll be adding probably another one, eventually this one, where I'll be creating a deck of cards, I think, with the illustration that I'm doing for the month of November. I just really like the theme so far. And I'm a playing card enthusiast. I like to play poker, and I just thought it could be nice to have my own deck when I play poker. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably record the process of it all and then share it probably over YouTube. It's been a while I haven't done a YouTube video. Hey, what's up to Nair? Thanks for joining me live, my man. I'm hoping you're having a good day, good night, and that you can draw with me. So yeah. But an Among Us card deck. What's an Among Us card deck? Zona, can you explain? I don't get the reference. But yeah, no. I was actually like playing with like titles yesterday and trying to help me with ChatGPT to find a name for the card deck. Like I said, I was super inspired by Ted 100. He did a card deck a few years ago, and just the process alone looks so much fun. So I wanted to try that. And if I sell a few, that's great. And if I don't sell a few, that's also fine. I'll create one for myself. Hey, Kat. Yeah. But if you're with me, let me know. What's the project you want to do with your art? That's kind of my new project that I want to do. But what about you? We had earlier someone saying they want to do comics. What would you like to create? Among Us Steam Deck, the video game. Ah, right. No, I think I'm gonna keep the style I'm going right now, which is kind of like more like portrait, graphic, fine art. I think that's what I'm going for. But yeah, I never played Among Us, or maybe I tried to play once, but ultimately didn't got hooked on it. It was just not for me. The one game that I'm missing these days is I would love to go back to my Nintendo Switch and play some Zelda. I received a year ago for my birthday or Christmas, not sure which one, they are almost at the same time. The last Zelda, and I only had the time to play a little bit with it because I was a new father. Still I am, I guess. And so it's been impossible for me to play. I would like to make an urban fantasy animation series. Wow, that's a huge project, but super exciting. So here, let me ask you, where are you in your process? Have you started working on it? Do you know where to start? Do you feel overwhelmed? It's fun to have projects sometimes, but trying to get them started can take a little time. Have you tried to maybe ask for having a community to help you get started and stuff like that? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just curious. Rebecca say, I have been enjoying creating book covers, but after taking many of your classes, I'm considering selling more illustrations. Oh, that's cool. I think I want to do more of that too, actually. It's something I've been pushing years after years, but years after years I go back to that feeling of like I'd like to create more physical things, prints, cards, stickers, stuff like that. I don't know. There's something interesting about it. And as when you see you like to learn more about drawing backgrounds. Yeah, backgrounds are important, even if you're doing portraiture. So that's a good goal. I think the same question goes, what is your plan of action? Have you started a class? Have you looked for a class to help you get there? And Lee, I'm still in the concept process, writing the script, character design, but yeah, it can be overwhelming. Yeah, no, I know. You know, sometimes the best thing you can do is just get started, you know? And if you get started, things slowly start to take form. At least for me, that's the case that happened a lot for me. When I have a project and it's an idea, it's just a concept. If I don't start putting it into motion, it usually stays a concept and I end up not doing it. Also, I've been slowly learning how to try to my illustrations a little bit more in a way to help me just gain more speed. because it's cool to you know, like to add details to an illustration and render it for hours, but if you ultimately spend half a month on illustration each time, you don't do much work during the year. So I've been enjoying the process of like keeping things loose. But yeah, just some good fun. Also, I've been like following few new artists that got me really inspired. Recently, one of them's name is Alvaro, I want to say Escobar, I think. He does these amazing portraits with a lot of graphic into it, and it reminded me of some of my first illustration that I did as a graphic designer, where I would incorporate imagery of, I don't know, Walt Disney and stuff like that. Like, obviously I was not taking in consideration copyright at the time because my work was just, well, it sucked. But the fun that I had creating the illustration and the style that it has really spoke to me. I'm trying to get back to those roots. I don't know if you guys can relate. But yeah, I think experimenting with your style as you progress on your artistic journey is super important. Like, you keep learning and practicing things like anatomy and lighting and so on and so forth, but being able to also try new technique and push the boundaries of what you can do with the new skills that you have is also super important. Just continuing learning basically and experimenting. I haven't signed up for the class yet, but I'll watch your tutorial about drawing landscape and it's really helpful. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Whenever you're ready to make the jump and join the DPA, I'll be there for you. So yeah, this is turning to be okay. I wanna finish the face and have enough details in it before I move on to like the crown and stuff. Kat, any advice on how to give better color to the skin, please? Yeah, I got a million of those. I love painting skin tones. The first thing is make sure you have enough hue shifts. If you're looking at my my painting right now, you got some like red, pink, some orangey red, some yellowish tones, and I could push it even more. You want to take in consideration the different parts of the skin, so the different, like the color zones. The nose gets more red. Matter of fact, I could actually put his nose more red. The nose gets more red usually, and wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry, can't do the things at the same time. So the nose gets more red. The cheekbones get more red. Around the eyes usually can get a little blue. And so knowing those color zones will help. And then it's making sure that you have the right understanding of lighting, because light theory will also have an impact on the way you render your skin. If the light is blue or is yellow, or the background has a color, all of these components comes and change how you'll see your portrait, if that makes sense. So first understanding that, because when it comes to colors, that's really what's most important, I think. Then there's color theory. All of those things that I'm talking about, I'm teaching them in details in the DPA. Also, the Black Friday bundle will have my class about skin tones. So if you're interested in that, that's coming up in a few days. It looks like a boxing man. Yeah, a little bit, right? Speaking of boxing, any of you guys watch the Tyson versus Jake Paul? I watched it myself with my wife, and I was very disappointed. I mean, you know, Tyson being 58 and everything, that's great, but he was not even at 20% of his past kills. And it was like, I think the whole world went like, oh, yeah, of course, that makes sense. He's old. Anyhow. T-Fay, say you were disappointing as well. Yeah. Who did you want it to win? Jake Paul or Tyson? I guess if you're disappointed, you thought Tyson would actually have the edge on Jake Paul, but yeah, no, he's 27. What did you expect, right? Of course, the guy would have been like much more strong, agile, energetic, you name it. The reference I'm using here has like very little texture, but I'm trying to like add some texture to make sure that I don't know, that stays in the same style that I like. So yeah. Yeah, Kat, let me know if you have more questions, by the way. I hope that my explanation was good enough to get you started, at least. Also, if you're looking at like my past few lives on YouTube, I did a lot of portraits. You'll see how I start my skin. That should help as well. It's like all these like little reds and tones. Like I used to watch some YouTube videos. One in particular was Cynics. I'm sure a lot of you guys know Cynics. He's pretty big on social. And I absolutely love the way he would approach his colors, all the saturated tone and everything. I'm trying to get close to that, but yeah. You're welcome, Kat. All right. Let's keep pushing. See what we have so far. That could be here, I think. Whoops. What is happening here? I put an overlay, that's why. Alright. Shrumbit, you say you love Cynics? Yeah, he's a great artist. He also does a portrait every year of himself, and every year he reminds me basically to do my own. Great artist, great techniques, love his style. Alright. Don't need these texture there. Shrumbit Cynics. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's another I at the end. And he said, I love how he renders. Yeah, me too. There's a lot to learn from him. Alright, let's keep pushing here a little bit. I think the face is getting there. Before I start adding details to all these things, I might push a little bit more the clothing. I have a cool reference for that. Like these roses, kind of patterns. Hail my art. I'm using Photoshop. But I love to remind everybody that no matter your software, they all do the same thing. You don't need a particular software to do art. Cat, I'm a hopeless case. I'm always late in the drawing challenges. I just handle in the 8th topic. That's okay. I haven't been able to do all of them this month either. Just too busy with a lot of things. But the idea is not to judge yourself or stress about it. The idea is you do as much as you can, and hope to keep on learning and getting better as you continue. I want these roses to be kind of like loose, but at the same time still a little bit of definition in them. It's not too much. Like that new style I'm doing is I haven't figured out really when to stop adding details or pushing more details. Just been having a lot of fun just experimenting. Which one brush you use right now? I'm using the hard edge brush that you can find in my pack. If you do D5 on Instagram, I'll send you a link. They are free. And I'm using, it's called the Hard Round Brush Dynamic. And I called it that because it goes from, well, first there's a hard edge on it. And it goes from big to small based on the pressure. So yeah. You said, but I have a lot of fun, and I noticed that I have improved, Cat. And that's great. You know, that's what you need to focus on, the improvement. And keep on learning. You know, that's super, super important. But yeah. Like the Daily 5 challenge, I think is the perfect place to start. You can do as little or as much as you want based on the time that you have. Like for me this month, I've been pushing the illustrations a lot more, trying to do more concept work with the prompts that I used to, and it helps me to discover my own style. It's Photoshop. Chikim. It's Photoshop. It's funny how most of the questions that repeat themselves are usually the same. Yeah, this is Photoshop. The reason I've been using Photoshop is mostly because I was a graphic designer before being an artist. Although I was always an artist, really, but what I meant is before being a professional artist. Can I move that here? There we go. So I knew Photoshop quite well, so I kept pushing with that. Sorry if I alright, it's weird, but I use AI to translate because of English. Alright, no problem, Kat. It's all good. So yeah, I think I'm trying a few things. I'm kind of like trying a few things right now because I want to advance the piece, kind of equally. I've been also using my spray can or graffiti brushes for the past few illustrations, just to add that. Oops, sorry, I'm out of the frame. Just to add that edge to my illustration with like something a little bit more like street art style. And yeah, it's been fun. If you want these brushes, or you can create your own if you want. If you go check on Instagram, I think my previous post was about creating your own. But if you want to save your time, I'm selling those at a very nice discounted price, where you get all my brushes for only $29. It's a pack that's worth 150 plus, and to reward people that help me by buying my brushes, all the next future brushes that I'm creating will be added to the pack, and you get them for free. So that's the advantage of purchasing the pack, so that I get your support and I'm giving you the best deal you can. And this one is like a marker, but I have these super cool brushes like this that I'm using for accent on the painting later on. So yeah, I was saying that I wanna use these illustrations to create or at least like to get started with like the cards. Matter of fact, let me share that with you guys. Exclusive for you guys. This is my proof of concept. Did that last night. What do you guys think? So that would be like how I would do the king, queen, and then I would have like the different cards like this. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this project. It's been a while that I have created just a project that I'm excited about, really. I've been teaching a lot, which is exciting by itself, and I love teaching, but creating like a actual product, I don't remember when. So last time I did that, like I did some few prints years ago, and that was fun. But then I got just too busy with all sorts of other things. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into the groove of creating fun stuff with your skills, which from time to time it's fun to do, because you're growing these new skills, and then if you don't use them from time to time, you kind of forget that you're able to do more than just studies. Not that studies are not super important and I should continue to do them, but you get the picture. Also, on a personal level, today was the last day of my medication. What medication was I on? I had a nasty stomach bug that can lead to cancer. And I was on like some really, really harsh medicine that makes you want to puke all day. And I took the last one right before the live, and I'm saying that because I do feel like puking right now. But I'm gonna hold it in, no worries. Thank God for modern medicine, but really it was 2 weeks of suffering because these medicine just ravaged my insides. It was tough. So yeah. And for the card project, love the color. Thanks, BBS. Thank you so much. Gonna keep pushing it. And thanks from Bit. Thank you. I'm happy to. I wanted to ask, for the cards, I think I'm planning on kind of like get you guys on board. So if you're with me right now, let me know if that's something that you'd be interested. I want to kind of like do what Ted 100 did and have like you guys help me design the cards. So I would kind of like create the cards and then record my process, and then we could discuss like A/B testing it kind of thing for like the different ideas that I have for it, because I also want the cards to be like story based, so it's more than just pretty visuals. There's also like just a cool story that comes with it. I want to make a booklet for it. I got all these ideas that truly I'm excited about. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that something that you'd be interested to do with me? All right, this is going well. This is going well. I think I'm gonna push a little bit more the roses, and then whoopsie, and then we'll have some fun with the skull that comes on top of it. Again, if you're passing by on Instagram and you would love to participate, these are the daily 5 challenges. And if you do D5 in the chat right now, I set up an automation to give you my brushes for free, as well as a explanation on how to participate. We're doing that every month, but this month was really inspiring to me. And Steampunk, you say I'm in. That's great. I'm assuming you're talking about about the cards building. Yeah, I've been like just moving those stuff in my head, but I think the more I talk about it, the more it gets concrete, and the more I get excited about it. It's going to be super fun to just involve the entire community into designing that set. So for that particular character, apparently the King of Hearts is called the Suicide King, because if you're looking at, I'll show you guys that. If you're looking at the card, which I have right here, oh no, that's this diamond one here. This guy right here. See, he stabs himself in the head. He does that with his sword, and so apparently they call it the Suicide King because of that, which I found absolutely hilarious. So that's why I added the skull with a sword in the head, which I'll render right after that. Let's get back to the clothing for now. Oh, sorry, I'm finished. Instagram. It's tough to do the live for both platforms at the same time, because I always forget that it's different framings. So yeah. Are you guys excited about the holidays coming around the corner? I'm going to literally put my tree up, my Christmas tree, this weekend. That's how excited I am. Every year I'm excited about it. I don't know. I'm one of those lucky person that I have a lot of good memories around Christmas. First of all, my birthday is in December, and Christmas was in my youth was a big celebration. So I just kept the good memories of it all. Kat, you say the King of Heart is the English in the English deck has a sword through his head, which gives him the nickname Suicide King. Yeah, Arjuna's sword was an axe that the king held in threatening attitude. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Suicide King. There we go. Thank you for making the research for me, Kat. Yeah, let's push this. I'm trying to. I think this is going to be the beginning of it all. So that background, maybe I'm going to change the color. I'm going to try to think about how I can make all of these characters from the same background. I'll remove that. Whoopsie. Alright, there we go. Yeah. If you're passing by on Instagram, don't be shy. You can drop a comment in the chat. I got my eyes on you. As I'm pushing this illustration, I need a contrasty color, I think, for here. Let's see what I can do. Got the pinks, maybe something green. Could be interesting. Maybe I stay in the same tones. Yeah, I think the same tones would be better. Mazzy Born Art, huge fan from South Africa. Thank you for all the great work and skills you've been sharing with everyone around the world. Thank you so much for saying this. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's my pleasure, really. I love what I do. I love that I'm able to share it with the world. And will continue to do so for as long as I can. It's been a nice journey. About 10 years now that I create digital art, that I started to learn digital art and share my tips and tricks. My very first workshop when I was living in Berlin was live, and I haven't stopped since. That was in 2016, I think. 2015 maybe. So yeah, almost 10 years now. And it's been fun. I'm glad I'm able to help all of you guys to learn, have fun, explore your inner artists, and grow some skills that ultimately can either bring you towards creating better art for yourself or start your career as an artist. I know there's been a lot of like uncertainties with AI, but I feel like people are calming down, me included. I don't think AI is there to replace human work anytime soon. I think we just have to live with the new reality that we have that new tool, and some of them will definitely use it to replace artists. Some of them will use it to get more inspiration. Some of them will use it for who knows what. I guess we'll have to live and learn and get acclimatized with just this new reality. Trying to equalize the beard on both sides. That looks better. All right, an hour in. Let's see if I can finish it during the next hour. It's going well. And I intentionally want to keep like these like a little bit like a bit rough. I might create myself some halftones or different textures and add them to my everyday sets of brushes that I'm using. Just exploring with like different ways. I was really inspired by what Sam Does Art does with his texture brushes. He kind of like used them as a last touch on his highlights, which ultimately looks great and help him to achieve some stylization without going into like too much details. Yeah, it was also a great source of inspiration about like stylization and simplifying my process. And it's funny, I simplify the process, but what I would simplifying it, I would being able to get just a higher quality into the details while simplifying. And Nazi Barnard, you say art is about the process, and AI will never replace that. That's very true. I think I think we all forgot that we're not doing art just to make money. We're not doing art just to sell paintings. We're also doing art because it fulfills a need to create for the majority of us, and that will never be replaced by any machine, for sure. Cat in the 16th century, ruined playing cards. Illustration decided Charlemagne as the king of heart. Huh. Thanks for dropping all these little research. That's cool. I'm gonna have to do a research myself when I'm gonna do this, but I appreciate the input here. That's nice. Yeah, I'm sure there's a huge history of the playing cards. I looked at also the history of like the tarot cards. There's just something interesting in there to learn. They've been there for so long. Let's save that. Let's see a before, after. I did like the orange background. It was adding something. I might add it back. Or I could add that line, because I have a line on where's my lines here? I have a line, contour lines on the one that I did yesterday that I really like. That is orange, and that could be something that goes on both. We'll see. Whoopsie. Don't want that no more. All right. I don't know where the music stopped. I guess that was just an hour worth of music. Let's put some jazz, shall we? I want to create a new playlist. I say that every week, and I didn't have the time yet. Bam. All right, let's take out some of those lines. Cleaning up the lines. All right, let's get back in. Yeah, the researchers were doing cat. Love that. It reminds me that I've been doing that. I've been doing that a little bit with ChatGPT, and I think that's the best use of AI these days, is being able to do better research, which is super interesting. Shadow here. Give that beard some volume. Big bushy beard. I had a beard like this when I was living in Berlin. Not exactly like this. I think mine looked like an actual bush. But yeah. Jackie on YouTube. Sorry to tell you, the automation only works on Instagram. So if you want the brushes, you can check the description on YouTube. There's a link for it. For the D5 challenge, you'll find that there. Yeah. I'm trying to get inspired from my pieces from yesterday. Obviously the references are different, but I kind of want to push it a little bit in that direction. I'm gonna see if that is that really darker? Huh, interesting. I'm gonna see if I can add that line all around it. Either here. I think for him a darker line could work. Maybe like the blue. I usually like to play with the colors of the chromatic aberration. So it kind of also adds some chromatic aberration at the same time, which is interesting, I think. We'll see. I think that's cool. Let me push a little bit more the lines. I'm not gonna put them everywhere. The idea is just to have like some of them, I guess. It's just like accent, really. And I like what I did with the K yesterday. I kind of did like a selection like this, and then I use a texture brush to add some of that color in there. I might start the skull now. I think the skull has the wrong color though. I think I need to change the color of the skull. Maybe towards the blues, so it stays in the same kind of color palette. And I might add an accent with the spray can brush afterwards. A bit darker too. More saturated. Purple, blue, purple, blue. I might actually flip all of this also into grayscale to look at the levels, and then play with the level of that thing and see, because I want enough contrast so it kind of pops in. Yeah. I think that's better. Kat, you don't mind the white background for working? If you want to have a character that's on a colored background, then definitely start with your colored background. That's what I did at the beginning. I had like the orange background, right? But if you decide to have a white background, the only difference that it does is you need to harmonize the colors based on the background. So it doesn't bug me right now because I'm trying to add that white color to everything else. And truthfully, what I'm trying to do is to kind of just get inspired. I would like to get to like something that kind of looks like that. So I'm going to keep on pushing the elements until I get there. That blue line that I added, now I'm doubting it. I don't know if it needs to be a different color or something. Let's see. Wait, where am I? Yellow? No. No, I think the blue is the right choice. Alright. Let's keep on with the blue for now. I feel like the skin of the character though is kind of missing. It's a different lighting, so you have less subsurface scattering in the character, but I could try to still push the subsurface scattering a little bit more with an overlay layer of some sort, and just in the transition where you have the shadows, the nose, tip of the nose, the ears, could get just a little bit more of that tone. So it's going to add some, yeah, some of that flashy color. I think I'll be able to also like just kind of push more of the values. Add a few other places maybe. And that's where like it's important at the beginning to add enough hue variations. Ultimately, I think I was missing a few. Otherwise, your skin doesn't look as vibrant. And I would like my skin to look extremely vibrant. If that makes sense. Also, the reference picture that I had for the first one, I think had just more details to it, so it was just kind of easier also to follow with it. There are small details for the eyes. That makes a huge difference. I think that's better a little bit. I still have to experiment with like with brushes that I think gives you like different hues when you paint with them. I always like prefer to try to have like the control over my values, my colors, I mean. But sometimes you have these brushes that the hue shifts depending on the pressure sensitivity that you put, or just the angle of the brush and stuff like that. And that could be interesting to experiment with at some point. Again, just to kind of find like new ways to get faster and more efficient with the flow of my illustrations. I'm also super inspired by Loish. I'm sure everyone knows Loish. She's got her style like nailed to a T. Everything that she does, you can tell it's her that does it. And her style is, I don't want to say loose because there's nothing loose about it, but it's very fluid. I don't know, there's something to it that she makes it look like super easy. I think I'd love to experiment enough with my style to create something that ultimately allows me to have that fluidity. So yeah, for everyone that's still with me, thank you so much. These lives, sometimes they feel lonely if you don't have people with you. So yeah. I think I could push the skull a little bit more now. Yeah, let's get the skull done. Add a reference here for it. BVS, you say, I'm glad I could catch your live rather than watching the replay. Yeah, thanks for being there. And also, yeah, lives are just better when you're live, right? Otherwise, it's not built to be a video. Like I created like a few videos on YouTube over the years. All of my videos are also like getting more views from the algorithm pushing them than the lives, and I think it's due to the fact that the lives are not built in a way to suck your attention. You know, it's more about the interaction, the conversations, you got questions on the fly that I'm able to answer, and so on and so forth. So it's best served when you're live with the person that does the live. And I've been just doing a lot more live these days, just for multiple reasons. A, because it requires less preparation. I can just go on live and share a few tips. But also because I just like the community aspect of it all. I think it's interesting to share your process. in a way that is definitely more natural and less edited. So yeah. Put all of that together and oh shit. Where did I put this? Oh, I see. There we go. And I hope you guys like the jazz. I usually listen to the jazz all year long, but during the holiday even more. I don't know, for me it feels like holiday music. Weird questions, love those. But is your studio background lighting deliberately to help with your drawing? No, because I'm painting. I'm painting on a screen, so the lighting doesn't change anything. The lighting that you see in the studio is to make the image prettier, really. So I got like one light here that illuminates in red, and a few at the back, and I got my Picsou art screen, which I absolutely love, that I put like holiday stuff usually on it, or pieces of art that I like. Yeah, no, it's not to help with illustration. It's just because I like these colors most. I haven't been able to like push the studio exactly as I want to over the years. We've been moving a lot from country to country, and it's been tough, but this is the closest of something that I would consider like my best studio. I got a huge screen, I got a bunch of light, I got a great table, that's amazing. What's missing is I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I would like to take out all the echo from the room, and I couldn't really like do that because I don't own the place, and I would have to drill in those walls to place some sound absorbing panels. So I haven't done it. The inside of the mouth of the skull should not be pink. It could be, yes, because it's a hole that's there. But I'm kind of like treating these illustrations as collages almost. So I want the viewer to feel like it's pieces of like illustration more than in one coherent illustration, if that makes sense. Antonova, you say I also listen to jazz when I'm drawing. Yeah, it's good drawing music. But I also listen to a lot of other stuff. But jazz is just kind of, it's all great for those lives, I think. It's relaxed, but at the same time adds a little beat to it. Alright, let me see. I'm missing some values here that are supposed to be paler. That's supposed to be more pale. That could be more pale as well. There is this here, could be more pale. So yeah, let's keep pushing those. Let's keep pushing. I saw a few of you posting your work in the tribe this month, and each time it's a pleasure to see your work done. So keep posting it. And if you want some feedback on it, just know that if you want to join the Digital Painting Academy, I always take the time to answer my students. And from time to time also answer just the members of the digital, of the tribe, but I try to prioritize the students of the DPA for just normal reason, time constraint being one of them. And feedback is definitely something that every artist needs to thrive. I'm realizing I'm adding like all sorts of details that should not be there, but on another layer probably. Yeah, let's keep that clean here. So yeah. Let's see, I don't think I'll be able to finish this one on the live today, but we went from, let me save it before I do this. We went from there to there. If you're live with me, I was about to say, what do you think of the background change? I wanted to keep the beige one because it matches this and it becomes like a series. But there's something to the orange as well. You know what you think. And BVS, you say, I like seeing your feedback for other DP students who are further ahead than me. So I can learn from him too. Yeah, that's the power of feedback. Thanks for pointing it out. When someone gives feedback to someone else, you know what they say. I'm gonna miss this quote for sure, 100%. But it's like. It's learning from others people's mistake. The comparison between good artists learn from their mistakes and great artists learn from other artists' mistakes or something like that. Maybe I just invented this one. But the idea is that don't repeat the mistakes that you see others do and learn from their mistakes to maximize your growth as an artist, essentially. I feel like the perspective is skewed here. I might actually put that into liquify and put that smaller here. And I'm gonna try to push that just a little bit more. Maybe make the entire skull at the top just bigger a little bit. And then push a few things. Yeah, I think that's better. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just a little bit more. Let's paint those teeth real quick. Yeah, probably gonna keep that mouth dark. Like I was saying, my goal is not to make like it's part of the same painting, but more like a collage. Cat, that tool is great in Photoshop. the similar one in Clip Studio. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the Liquify tool. And I agree, it's not every software that does it perfectly. Like I've been using it on Photoshop for myself and on Procreate, and I don't like the Procreate one. It just doesn't work the same way, I feel. It's not bad. I'm able to like push enough my stuff with it, but I feel like it's lacking into subtlety that Photoshop has when it comes to the mixer brush tool. I might try to flip that in black and white, and feel like my values are skewed a little bit, so I'm going to try to push a little bit more the values. Let's just get that skull started. A bit more pale value there, definitely more pale value there. Something like that. That's another trick that you can do in Photoshop. Like right now I'm actually painting in colors, but I'm able to, well, you can do that in every software. If you just put a layer of white or black on the top of your illustration and you transform that layer into a color blending mode, it will transform what's under it, but you might not be able to pick the colors like I'm doing right now, which is super helpful for me. Each program has its own limit. No, sorry, each program has its own charms, but the gradient layer in Photoshop is also better than Clip Studio. Yeah, that's another one. I don't know why they didn't add that in Procreate. I'm like, it would be so much better, but I think like the way you do gradient, it's like you blur the shapes. It's counter intuitive. Yeah, I'm with you with this one. So yeah, I'm just trying to get the right values here, because I feel like it's missing. It's missing a few important values here. And as soon as I get those values, I'll be able to play a little bit more with the design of the skull and the edges. I was looking at a video from Marco Bucci today, another great artist and YouTuber, talking about edges, and got me inspired. The explanation was good and clear. I might try to use a few of his techniques on this piece. Although this one I think maybe this one should be more sharp than have lost edges and stuff. But I feel like lost edges is so cool when you're doing painting and you push. Okay, I'm good to go back into color now. When you push like the edges to be soft and hard at the right places, it adds so much so much depth to your illustrations. When I have some time, I hope to learn how to use Krita program. Yeah, I heard great things about Krita. It's a free software, but very powerful. I haven't used it myself, but never say never. I might do it at some point. I think I started too loose with that skull. I'm having to fix it. That's a little bit the downside of the kind of new style I'm exploring. I go real loose, and then I end up sometimes just losing some time fixing things that I wouldn't have done this loose, and probably gain some speed out of it. Let's put that on its own layer. Alright, it's getting there. I feel like I want to boost the colors a bit. I'm gonna check if either a curve or maybe just a hue and saturation. Just adding a little bit more vibrancy to the whole image. Yeah, I think that's better. No, I'm gonna have to paint on top of that though. Kat, you say you know David Revoy, the Krita squatter for his pepper and carrot coming book? No, no, I never. I don't know. David Revoy. David Revoy. Let me check. David Revoy. Let's go check that Instagram of his. Oh, that's nice stuff. No. Very nice. I write and draw the comics Pepper and Carrot and Mini Fantasy here. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah. Gonna try to push the details a little bit more. Push the planes. But yeah. I've been having a lot of fun doing these hatching kind of techniques over the past few weeks, months, inspired from JC Leyendecker, which is one of my favorite artists. I really like what JC was doing because it was commercial work, but with a really cool flair for like fine art, really. So yeah, ultimately that was something that attracted me. Can't you see I have it when I get the wrong layers when I'm working on even more? So I'm very advanced in my work. Yeah, that arrives to all of us. Like I lose track of my layers from time to time and end up having to repaint parts of my illustrations. It's just part of the deal. But once you learn how to play with your I'm gonna have to merge everything down some. Once you learn how to play with your layers, you realize that it's not catastrophic. You're able to just go back. You just have to maybe cut pieces and rebuild a few things, but it's not. It's fixable. I think that's better. So what I did here is I merged the entire painting together, and I did a correction on the skull. But now I'm going to separate the skull in its own layer, and I can delete the entire thing after that. So I get only the skull on a layer. If you guys were interested in that trick. Alright, I'm gonna try to push it a little bit more, but I think that's gonna be one of the pieces that I'm gonna end up finishing afterwards, later. Because there's a few more things I want to add. I want to add the card in there and a few graphic elements. So yeah. Sorry, I get concentrated sometimes when I figure that I'm live. But yeah, as I'm putting a few more last touches with you guys, let me tell you that next week we are doing another live for another prompt, and the prompt will be, I believe, Lady Luck. Let me go check. The prompt for next week, same time, is Lady Luck. Which I'm probably going to paint a queen, or a double queen. I have this idea of like doing like 2 queens. When you play poker and you have 2 queens in your hand, they call it the ladies. And I thought maybe making 2 portraits. Of a queen and putting those 2 portraits on the same kind of like card design could be interesting. So I might do that next week with you guys. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate the damn. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with this one. It's not done yet, but this is fun. Do I have a reference for the sword? Maybe I don't have a reference for the sword. Alright, I might have to just do it manually. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's just do this one. But you know what, this side's gonna be a little bit darker. This side a little bit more white, I guess. Let's try to bring some vibrancy, like if it was metal. So yeah, if you participate, be sure to post your work in the tribe. I love going there and seeing what you're working on. I'm not sure what we'll do next month yet, but I got super inspired by this month. Sorry, I don't know what we're going to do in December. I've been super inspired in November, and I might just keep it portrait related or character related. Also to fit the Black Friday bundle, which will be about character. More about that next week. Jose, greetings from Nebraska. And you have my like, as always. As I ask you, I'll expect you to subtitle to listen to you in the Spanish. I can definitely look for that, Jose. Lo siento. I'm not too sure how to do that. Showing my age there. I thought YouTube was doing that automatically. I'll have to look on how to do this. Let's see. All right, maybe I'm gonna stay another 10 minutes with you guys, because I'm having a ton of fun on this illustration, but I'm gonna have to jump on other stuff, and I'll have to continue this one probably later. El video en Google Chrome hay una extensión para los audios en otros idiomas. Cat, I'm assuming you're a AI translating that. Thanks. Yeah, there must be a way, right, that does it automatically with YouTube. I would assume. These things are automated these days. I'm definitely going to have to look for reference photos for the sword. Kind of doing like some basic lighting here. And my thinking is I would like to have maybe an outline on that skull to make it pop. Maybe the red. Would the red help? No. Maybe the blue again? Yeah, maybe the blue. Let's keep it blue. Again, what I like about these blue colors is it's both mimicking chromatic aberration, and at the same time it's just adding some cool accents on the colors. Doesn't have to be filled everywhere, just a little bit. Some places. Creating separation between the subject and the skull. And yeah, I might oh, Cat, you're Mexican. Oh, there you go. Ah, I see. I see. Ah, and Japanese. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. I'm myself trying to learn my Spanish because my wife's Colombian. Entonces, puedo hablar un poco en español, pero es difícil. I like this. This is looking good. All right, I'm going to add some more lines, I think, a few places. I don't know if it's in the shadows or in something like that. Your final sentence and find it difficult to follow the subtitle, but now I know they are on Chrome. I'm from Puerto Rico. Hi! You guys, thank you so much for being live with me. I know it's late and that over there. It's probably like, what, almost 11 now? Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's. No, I'm gonna keep you on, guys. I'm gonna try to push it with the texture, so at least you guys get to see the final ideas. Little touches. Sorry, I'm on Instagram. I'm trying to push this with like little just little things. I wanted to put the card too. I'm gonna go fetch the King of card. Yeah, there we go. Whoopsie. Copy image. And I'm gonna bring that here because I added to the illustration last time and I thought it looked great. So I'm gonna do the same here, I think. Trying to places in a matter like this. I think it's pretty good. And what I did last time was to break it in two, and then, whoopsie, did I not? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, I still have to do this though. This needs to be on its own layer as well. Is 3 pieces too much? I feel maybe it's too much. Two pieces, 1 pieces, Could also just keep it whole. But I like to have it cut because it's supposed to be the Suicide King, but I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm just kind of redoing the same thing. I'm gonna keep it whole for now. I'll think about what I can do with this later on. For now, I'm going to keep it whole. I'm going to put a layer on top of this with multiply, and the idea is to give it a little bit of depth by adding a little bit of gray on it, more at the bottom, like this, and then I'm also going to just delete just a few pieces of it, just to make it like looks like it's been roughed about a little bit. The cut is not done perfectly here though. Maybe take out a piece like that. Bam. That's interesting. Maybe another one. Whoops. Maybe that's too much. And then we're going to select this, make a layer under it, put that layer to multiply, add some gray, and fit it up. And transform that. Whoopsie. Did I not put the right color? There we go. And just create a nice little shadow from it. Whoopsie. Jose, for the subtitles in Spanish, I will definitely try. right now I can't do that while I'm live. But I'll definitely have a look at it and try to come with a solution for next week. Oh, where am I? There we go. Let's put... No, I don't like this. That needs to go. There we go. So that's the King of Hearts. Also, I had it in the background, and that was kind of cool. I'm gonna repeat that. It's also inspired from J.C. Leyendecker, and it's like these kind of like lines that he would do with his brush to kind of create texture, and he would do them in like all sorts of different direction, and just give it cool, yeah, just a cool texture to it. I think ultimately this one needs to be maybe enlarged a little bit. Then I was kind of keep it in within the shape. And I need to come back now. Thank you, Emmy. I appreciate. Hi to Brazil. I'm going to just paint that here. Keep these edges with the right color of the background. And probably do the same thing here, I guess. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. Huh? There's some few more details that could be added for sure. But as a whole, I'm pretty happy with it. I think what's missing is I added like a few touches of like graffiti on it, and that was pretty cool. I put all hail. I don't know what I could do for this one. I think I can just put a few random strokes, just added some style to it. Something like that. Just like the idea of like putting random strokes. Put them on separate layer because I don't have to keep them if I don't like them later on, but I think they're super interesting. And then I had that pop color. I might try with a different blue green maybe for this one, or just a green. I don't know. Maybe something more flashy. Let's try another one. Let's try this one. it was here. I could put it here maybe. And I could just delete that. Whoops. Let's put it on a separate layer. Create a new layer. And take this. Put it on top. And then in there I could use this brush here to write something maybe. Don't know what I wrote last time. Yeah, I don't know what I wrote last time. But all hell, but what could I wrote now? I don't want to be too gruesome. Put it like suicide or something like that. Although it's a suicide king, but I could even just put a heart maybe in it. Could be interesting. Yeah, might use this one just to. I might use this one. Bam. I think I like that. Alright, you guys, I'm going to call this one done for today. Thank you so much for everybody that was live with me. It was really fun. I'll be back next week to do, what did I say, Lady Luck? Lady Luck, I think, is the prompt for next Wednesday. In the meantime, keep on posting your work in the tribe, guys. I love seeing it. Keep the momentum going. These daily 5 don't have to be so detailed. That's just me having a ton of fun here. But if you want to keep them real short and do small illustrations to help you keep the momentum, that's fine. Post all your work, ask for feedback, get some feedback. This is going to help you to just get better faster. And I'll see you next week, same time, to do another prompt. Jose say, did you learn at university or self-taught? I ask you because you have such an impressive art. Thank you so much. I'm self-taught. I did went to kind of college, I guess, to do graphic design, but illustration was, I took a few classes online, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of inspiration from other artists that are above me. Still doing to this day, but I'm having a ton of fun. So yeah, talk to you soon, guys. Have a great one. Happy painting.